It's ISE 2023 and we're here on the Blackmagic stand in Hall 3 and I'm here with Darren and we are going to be speaking cameras, I believe.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we've got this studio camera 4K Pro here today that we're going to show you.
Cool. So, what makes it new?
Yeah, so we released this last year or the beginning of last year, and so it's relatively new for a lot of people that will be here at this show. It might be the first time they've ever seen this particular camera. Obviously, coming out of the back of the pandemic, we've released a bunch of new products, but this is one of the ones that's proven really popular for the audience here at ISE. So people working in conferences, in hospitality, in the retail sector, broadcast as well, but anything around live production, this camera has proven super popular to those customers.
And so specific to this model is what? What makes it different?
Yeah, so this is an evolution of the predecessor, the studio camera that we had. With this one, it's still a micro four thirds mount. So that means we can use a huge range of different consumer photographic lenses. So they're budget friendly lenses, but there's a huge range out there.
So it's micro four third only as a mount, but we've got a massive range of lenses
so much glass out there
anyway.
that you can choose from loads of different lenses that you want to use, whether that be specific specific manufacturers that you kind of enjoy working with or anything like that. There's loads out there available. But behind that, we've got a brand new sensor for the studio camera range. So this is a dual ISO sensor, meaning we can run it into low light environments.
A bit like the minis.
So it's same as the pocket cameras.
Pocket camera,
same sensor as the pocket camera 4K we have inside this camera. So if you've worked with any of our cinema cameras, you'll know that in the newer ranges, that dual ISO range is perfect for low light environments. So we do see lots of customers using these in darker environments like churches, conference centres, that kind of thing. Perfect where you don't necessarily have full control over the lighting and you're pointing it at a stage with limited lighting. This is perfect for that. So that's kind of new at the front. And then when we come back further there, you have all the new connectivity. So first and foremost, we can run in professional XLR microphones straight in through the 3-pin XLRs, and then we have a 5-pin XLR for talkback as well. So we can run this back to one of our ATEM switches with built-in talkback and have talkback come via the XLR on the side there. Above that, you can see we've got the USB-C connectivity as well. And this serves two purposes. So first and foremost, today we're using it with our Blackmagic zoom and focus demands. So these can be used with either the studio camera range or with our larger Ursa broadcasts as well. And these are just USB into the camera, and then we can drive the lenses, zoom and focus from the panhandle controls that we have here.
I think they're relatively new as well. Probably came out about the same sort of time.
Similar time to the camera, So, but they're a perfect partner for this. And as I said, they work really well with Ursa broadcast as well, especially if you're working with broadcast EHD lenses. As well as the USB-C connectivity for the zoom and focus demands, we can also use that to connect an external SSD. So even though we're using this in a live environment, quite often you'll want to capture that content as well to an external drive. The benefit with this camera is it does so and captures to Blackmagic RAW. So it's a really high quality codec, high quality and low bandwidth. So it's a really manageable file size. And we can take those clips into DaVinci Resolve and work with them immediately.
And you do that to get Blackmagic RAW, you do that at the camera, or of course, if you've got a bunch of hyperdecks, you can record ISOs.
Absolutely, I mean, the workflow benefit of this is if you're working with products like our A10 Mini with the ISO capabilities, you can record in H.264 on the A10 Mini, but record Blackmagic RAW on the studio camera.
At the camera.
Exactly. So then we go into post-production, we recut and remaster the edit, and then as soon as we're happy, we just re-link to those Blackmagic RAWs at the end. So you can do everything on files that are easy to work with, and then remaster to the highest possible quality at the final stage of post-production. If I spin this round now, round on the other side, we've got a bit more connectivity there. So you can see we've got both SDI in and out and HDMI out from there. So we can work with HDMI-based switches and go directly out via HDMI. But if you need lockable connectivity, if you want longer cable runs, then you're probably going to be looking at SDI for that. So you can run those out directly into one of our ATEM live production switches, for example. What you will notice, though, is that we're actually running Ethernet directly into this here.
I can only see one cable going in.
That's right. So underneath here, we have the Blackmagic Studio Converter. Now, this acts as a base station, and what that allows us to do is run our SDI connectivity, our audio connectivity, and power into this box, and then send everything down one single Cat6 cable. So down here, we're getting video, we're getting audio, and we're getting power over Ethernet from one single cable. So we can run that up to 70 meters and get all of that
just about to ask exactly that.
down one.
And there's a real, sustainability issue, thing going on there. You've only got one cable for all of that.
Absolutely. So the sustainability, transport. So people are often considering how much kit do I need to take to a location. But when you think you only need the camera, the base station, and a single Ethernet cable, it means you're not running a power source out to that camera. You've not got reels of SDI cable as well.
No,
you can really reduce the form factor of what you need. So
it might be a little too much detail for this conversation, but is there a spec? Does it need to be Cat 7, Cat 6?
So we're running Cat 6A for this.
Okay.
So that gives us the power that we need to send that over. So if you go down to Cat 5, you're not going to have the power requirements that we need for this. So you look for Cat 6A cable when you're running the studio cameras.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Now, as I said, we're in hall
number 3.
3,
yes.
Well done. I needed reminding then. So if you're at ISE, come down to hall 3 and dig out Blackmagic stand towards the back of the hall. If you're not, website to go to is
www.blackmagicdesign.com.
And get in touch with your local reseller. For everything else that we've been doing at ISE 2023 in Barcelona, please visit kitplus.com. Thank you.